Yo, what is going on, Vault Hunters, and welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be unpacking the Killivolt boss encounter and how to best take him down on your own, as well as show off his unique legendary weapon that you can farm called the 9-Volt. It's a dull submachine gun that dumps out a ton of shock elemental damage in almost a shotgun style spread. Now this weapon is extremely useful in other boss encounters as well, so it's worth snagging from Killivolt. Alright, let's talk about Killivolt and his mechanics first. The Killivolt encounter can be somewhat challenging for solo players, due to the fact that Killivolt will constantly be facing you with a shield up in his face, dishing out damage with his handheld weapon, and also electrifying various panels on the floor while trying to pin you in and shoulder charge you with his riot shield. One thing that this encounter is good at is creating a feeling of panic for the player. You feel overwhelmed at all the sources of damage in the arena. The one thing to keep in mind is that his handheld weapon that he's constantly shooting at you with, it's weak as heck. It literally just tickles you. It serves just two purposes. One is to keep your shield from recharging by constantly tagging you with tiny amounts of damage. The second purpose is to make you feel like you're in more danger than you actually are, so that you end up sort of running aimlessly around the arena instead of really paying attention to the floor panels and Killivolt's various tells. This encounter got a lot easier when I stopped worrying so much about his handheld weapon and instead just focusing on damaging his shield and watching the floor. There's two main phases to the encounter: the phase where you're taking down his shield health bar on the top of the screen, and the phase where you're targeting his raw red health bar. In the first phase, it's a little less chaotic. My best advice is to just swap back and forth between two weapons and then reload in between damage windows. Use one weapon, preferably something automatic, to shoot directly into his riot shield. It'll change colors, telling you that it's getting weaker, and eventually he will get stunned and pull the shield away, opening him up for damage. And that's when you swap to your damage dealing weapon, and you just unload on him. Now he has a crit spot on his back as well, and this is your basic means of damaging him. You can spend too much time trying to get behind him and miss out on lots of damage potential and waste time kiting and taking unnecessary damage. One of his attacks is a shield charge. He'll tip his hand by electrifying the panels on the floor on either side of you, creating a sort of runway for him. He's trying to force you to stand in front of him so that he can shield bash you. You're busy looking at the floor, you think, oh, well, this lane right here is safe. And that's where he gets you. So run and jump over the panels perpendicular to him if you can, and then shoot his crit spot from behind as he recovers after bashing a wall. At various points of the encounter, Killivolt will jump out of the arena and send bandits down to assault you. It's usually just 2 or 3 at a time, and they're really easily dispatched. But remember, if your health is really low, you may be better off allowing yourself to get downed and then clean up one of the adds to put you back on your feet with health and shield charge. Now in the second phase of the encounter, Killivolt adds another attack to his tool belt. He'll show the whole floor as yellow, indicating he's about to electrify the entire arena. That means you'll have to take some damage. This is the part of the fight that will usually get you. This is the part that usually does you in. So here's what you have to do. You have to be paying attention when he lights up the floor before the attack. The panels that are already blue, pay attention to those, because they will turn into safe panels halfway through this attack. If you aren't paying attention when he launches the attack, you'll just be jumping around aimlessly, and you'll run the risk of getting downed, which is, at this point in the encounter, it's a death sentence because there's no adds around. Because the whole floor being electrified does damage to any adds that may be walking around. They'll just die anyways. So check for those blue panels before he launches the attack, and then get ready to jump to them halfway through it when they turn into safe spots. It's easy to feel like you can't sit still on those safe panels because he's shooting at you, but remember, his handheld gun is super weak. He's trying to scare you into jumping back onto the electric panels. Don't bite. Those will do a ton of damage if you touch them, but his gun, it's not going to do much damage at all. So just stand and take it. One other major tip for this part of the encounter: run transfusion grenades. These are hugely helpful. I ended up chucking transfusion grenades as soon as my shield got low during this attack. That way my red health bar would constantly be getting chunks of health back while I was being electrocuted. And once you've survived this attack and learned how to do it regularly, you're all set. Continue to pump damage into him and don't waste too much time running in circles. You want to take him down before he can do that attack too many times. And once he drops, check for that sweet 9-volt SMG. It's sick. The last tip I would give you for farming this boss encounter is to find a shock resistant shield. Check your vendors whenever you can and check your shield drops for one. I found a shield that was a little worse than the one that I had equipped, but it had 42% shock resistance. This was a game changer for me, and it made the encounter easier by leaps and bounds. Cutting your shock damage nearly in half is a ridiculous advantage in this fight. If you don't get the drop, go open the chest after the fight is over and then save and quit. Do it again. You'll load right back into the arena where you can drop down and fight Killivolt incessantly until you're satisfied with your loot. It took me about half a dozen clears before I got my first 9-volt to drop. I also got that shock resistant shield out of the boss chest after one of my clears. Now, let's show off this SMG. The 9-volt shoots a big spread of shock projectiles really fast. It does tons of damage and is basically an instant shield destroyer for most targets, big and small. Then you can swap to another weapon and clean up those kills. It has 2 optics to choose from, but fires the same way regardless of which one you choose. Well, I hope that you found this guide helpful, and if you did, feel free to like the video and let me know in the comments section if this was informative for you and which boss encounters you may want to see broken down in the future. If you got a 9-volt to drop, take a screenshot of it and send it my way on my community page on Facebook Gaming, where I stream and upload regularly at facebook.com/thetruevanguard. Thanks for watching, and good luck out there on your loot grind, Vault Hunters.